assistant Jenny. She's like my right hand. She's actually should be teaching on this channel because she's actually a better painter than me at this point. But for those of you that tell me, I've tried to make bling clusters. I've tried to build them. I've tried to do it with the puffy paint. I tried with the silicone. I just don't like it. The great news is that most of the bling, you don't even have to build around it. This is one of my favorite. I think we call these the paint drip. And this one looks, it's just beautiful. Look at that shine and sparkle all by itself. So if you're not into building the whole clusters, the good news is just use them like this. Stick them right on your design, build around it, use it as a centerpiece. It's worth it. It's worth it to have these. These are added value and no time involved in creating them. So let me show you what I mean. I'm going to start off with my brand new, ooh la 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 la, this is called the Little Drop brush in our new Paint Pal collection. So I'm going to show you why I love it so much. It has this really nice round tip on it, but it's still flat. So I'm going to use it as anchor points in the design. So I'm going to start off in the middle of the forehead, and this is I'm going to be creating the points at which I'm going to put the gems on. So kind of they're my anchor points. So I use this brush to just press and pull up and make a nice teardrop. And I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger because that's where it's going to be the background. So then I'm going to just make one kind of little dot right there and one little dot right there because we're going to be creating a fast, simple crown idea. My jewel, add a little bit of Prosade behind it on the back. Just load it up. That's how I attach it to the skin, just like that. And you want to make sure that when it goes on, it's like white, milky. So once it starts turning clear is when you know to stick it on the skin. That's when it builds up enough tack, kind of like the way you use spirit gum. I'm going to stick it right on top of there because that's where I marked it off that I was going to use my gems. And then I'm going to use, this is a new set too. These already have a little bit of glue on them. I'm going to put them right on top of those. So the reason that I lay it out first is so that now all I have to do is fast line work. So what I like to do is I like to start off from the corners and build it in. As you notice, this is the focal point. So I'm going to come from the corner of her temple right inside of here. And I'm just going to start off by making a nice swirl as such, just like that, right on her temple. And then I'm going to bring my first long teardrop from her temple, getting thinner as it comes into my middle centerpiece. And then I'm going to start one more longer teardrop, thinner. It's going to meet as well again. So I'm going to go over this swirl one more time to kind of make sure that it's prominent, just like that. And then what I do on one side, I'll repeat on the other. I start off with my swirl right inside of there, and then I start off with my teardrop that is going to come right through here, finish at my gem, and again another teardrop right through there, press, and finally it's going to finish right at my gem. You want them kind of arcing in. Then I'm just going to, using my brush, create a nice black border. And the good news is at this point you're just kind of tracing the gem since it's already there for you. Just like that. And you see how fast and easy this kind of design is? Next, from the corner of this gem right in here, I'm going to create another swirl. And then another swirl right inside of there to build this crown. And then of course I'm going to just add my little teardrops right inside of here. Alright, and then to just finish off a design like this, I'm just going to bring in some teardrops just like that on either side, kind of framing that jewel. So I would typically, if I'm keeping it simple with a design just like this, I would just kind of line the edge of her eye right like this to just kind of give it that lift on both sides, since you're making her almost like a jeweled goddess, just like that. This is one of my favorite tips. Anytime that you have black, and sometimes it's going to be a little bit strong in certain areas, you pick up a metallic color. This happens to be one of my favorite colors ever, the Ziva Blue from our Fab line. It is just so beautiful. It has all these shimmer tones to it. One of my favorite colors to actually use and incorporate with my jewels and also with black. So now all I'm going to do is just load up my brush And using my Ziva blue to kind of go on top of this black, to me, just adds that added wow factor. So you don't have to use a lot of glitter, anything like that, especially if you're going to be painting on, you know, teens. So I'm just using my Ziva blue to just embellish that black. I'll press, I'll just go on top. Anywhere that you feel the black might be just a tad bit strong. Especially on top of those teardrops right inside of there. So you see how much it kind of just makes it pop, especially in contrast with the jewel. Then, I don't like to do a lot of full black eyeliner. So I like to do the tips and then I like to line it with this Ziva blue. So close your eye for me one more time. So all I'm going to do is just line the rest of her eye using the Ziva blue to add a little bit more of a color to her lid. And then she can open it up because it's already dry. So you see what that does? It kind of gives that illusion as eyeliner with a glowing eyeliner and lifts it off into a little bit more of an intense color, which is the black. Last thing that I want to do, because I kind of forgot, that's why I have to go in now, is just go in and give these gems a little bit of an outline. This is more optional, but for me, it was bothering me looking at it. So thank you guys for joining me. I hope you enjoy this kind of quick tutorial using just the bling. This way you don't have to stress yourself if your clusters aren't coming out like some of the people you see online. You can still use them just like that to add value, color, bling, sparkle to your designs. And this is a pretty simple design. It's gonna force you to keep on practicing those teardrops. So thank you for joining me, guys. As always, visit my store, Silly Farm. Visit my channel on Fava TV. Subscribe so that we can keep in touch. And of course, I love hearing from you. Feedback is everything. I hope you guys have a great day. And come on, keep on blinging it on.